Let's talk about investing your money in Las Vegas real estate. I have heard from lots of you. So many that my eardrums are killing me, but I love it. I love hearing from you. Please keep reaching out. But for those who have reached out already, I have gotten a number of questions about how do I invest? I don't know what to do to invest. What's the first step? Oh my gosh, I don't even know how to be a home investor. I mean, you name it, I've heard every question. So I thought it's time to make a video. There's enough people reaching out about this one topic. Let's help you figure out how to become an investor for the first time. If you've already invested in real estate, this video is gonna work for you also because we're giving some really good tips for how to invest properly and things to kind of think about, keep in mind. Here's the catch. I'm on the go today. I got a lot going on. So you're gonna come along with me and I'm gonna do everything I can to get all of these tips done before my next appointment. Stay tuned. First tip, and this is a major one, you have to put this at the forefront, no emotion allowed. This is not your dream home. You're not buying anything that you're gonna live in. This is an investment, this is a business. So get the emotions out of it. That's tip number one. That's why you follow me on Instagram, because I'm gonna give you the best tips first before they even hit YouTube. This isn't a tip for you. This is just to let you know that if you're not already subscribed or following me, whatever the word is, for Instagram, at Las Vegas Gal, you're missing out. All right, tip number two, before I have to get out of the car and put a mask on and get all weird, let me just say, and this is a really important one, the tenant is not the enemy. It's really important that you go into this with the mindset that the tenant is not the enemy. A lot of people have a tendency to go, my tenant this and they that, because you're annoyed at the process of being a landlord, but the tenant is your friend. They're your best friend. They're paying your mortgage for this house that you're earning money on. So go into it with the mindset of the tenant is not the enemy. We want the tenant to be happy. We want them to be excited, because as long as they're happy, they take care of the house and they stay longer. Staying longer is the key. Tip number three, and this is an easy one, rely on the experts. Please rely on the experts. Now let me just say this. I'm sure your mom and your aunt and your uncle and your brother and everybody you know has invested in a property at one point in time. Maybe you have in the past. Things change. So something to keep in mind is if your aunt, uncle, mom, sister, whoever don't do real estate in Nevada, especially Las Vegas, and don't do property management here, they're not considered the experts. We are, and that's okay. We want their input. We want you to have their input. That's always a good thing to rely upon for that. But when it comes to making decisions, make sure you're working with the experts to help you out. Okay, the age of the home is also going to be a big factor. I'm not saying come in town and buy a brand new home. We'll talk about that in another tip, but really the age of the home is definitely going to matter. The newer the home, the better. Not brand new, but the newer, the better, because obviously less mechanical issues, less plumbing problems, all of that. Calling me like crazy, it's been nuts. Okay, tip number 5 before I move on with my day is definitely, a lot of people worry if it's gonna even rent. The biggest question is, what if it doesn't rent? What if I buy it, we do all this research and everything goes great and then we get the house on the market and it doesn't rent? It's gonna rent, I promise you it's gonna rent. We have a rental shortage in this city. We need renters, am I right?
Yeah, plus there's a shortage on houses, period.
Yes.
So everybody's moving to Vegas, so it's gonna rent.
It's gonna rent. Don't worry about it, we got you. Just get started and we'll figure all of that out later. Yeah, we're gonna start with that one today. All right. Sorry, next tip is gonna be new versus resale. When you're buying an investment property, you wanna be looking at the options for both, but new homes are gonna come with a little bit more expense that you maybe don't have or aren't really prepared to spend money on. You have to put a backyard in almost within the first year, sometimes within 6 months. You've got blinds you have to put in the house. You have a lot of little things that don't come with the house that would be upfront expenses that you might not be prepping for. So when you're looking at new and looking at resale, keep that in mind. The other thing to keep in mind also is some of the new home communities are not allowing people to purchase homes if they're not going to be the primary resident. Now they can't help it with what you do later, but up front, if you're getting a loan for this, you have to be upfront with them and tell them whether or not you're planning to live there. So keep that in mind. Thank you, Baxter. Clearly I didn't finish the video last night. I Waited till this morning. So let me do the last two for you before I get my day started. Know your numbers. Make sure you do your research, but also lean on the experts, us, property management company. We're gonna run numbers on the comps of the home to make sure that you're not overpaying. We're gonna run numbers on comps for the rent in the area so you know what you can make up front before we even write the offer. Do your research. Yes, you have experts around you. Yes, I'm sure you have every mom, uncle, cousin that's done this before, or friend, but at the end of the day, you need to be competent and feel confident in this decision. So do some digging on your own, do some research, and let us know how we can help. All right, I'm gonna cut to the outro. I gotta go get ready for the day, but thanks for watching.